Influencity is divided into 4 different menus that represent the regular flow of an influencer marketing campaign. We first have discovered which is our search engine. My influencer is going to be the database in which you'll be able to analyze any profile across social media and keep all the personal information you wish. Campaigns are going to help you organize and manage multiple campaigns at the same time, and reports are the place to analyze any publication across social media and create full reports for your campaign. This is the homepage of Discover, where you will find some pre-filter searches, some of our top searches, and also some of our top influencers that have been lately analyzed. If you want to run your own searches, you will have to click on Search Influencers. The first thing you need to do is select the social media you want to search influencers on. We currently work with Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Next, you can start completing all the features that you want. You don't have to fill all the filters necessarily, just the ones that are going to help you find the influencers that you want. There are certain filters that apply only for the influencer and certain features that apply for both the influencer and the audience. Always keep an eye on this number down here, because this is going to tell you the amount of results you're getting with the filters that you have just applied. Once we fill all the influencer filters, we'll go for the filters that apply for both the audience and the influencer. First, we have some for the demographics, like location. For the location, you can search by countries or cities, and you can type as many as you want. The way our search engine works is that we're only going to show you influencers that follow every single one of the filters that you have applied. However, when you type several options in one filter, like location, we're always going to show influencers that follow at least one of the locations that you have entered. When selecting filters for the audience, you're going to be able to choose the percentage of the influencer's audience to be following that criteria. That means that, for example, we're going to find influencers who have over 45% of the audience between 18 and 44 years old. Then we have interest. We have a list of topics in which both influencers and the audience can be categorized into. You can select as many as you want, and the more you select, the more results you can get. It works the same way as locations. We're going to be showing influencers who follow at least one of those interests. We then have the language filter. We can also choose branch affinity, which is going to show influencers would have some sort of interaction with that brand on Instagram. In this case, so it doesn't mean that they have worked with the brand, but as long as they have tagged that brand or left the comments or something like that, they're going to be shown. Then we have lookalike, which is going to help you find influencers in case you already have one that you like. So if you like an influencer's content, but you can't work with them because they're from a different country or they have more followers than you want or less followers than you want, you can still write it in the lookalike filter for influencer. We're going to find influencers who have similar content but also follow the other criteria. However, if you write it on the audience lookalike, we're going to find influencers who have similar audiences regardless of the kind of content that they post. We then have hashtags. You can type a few letters and you're going to see all the options that we have. You can also choose one keyword to be on the influencer description on the profile. You can choose ethnicity of their audience, and then last we have some extra filters like choosing the account type you want to find, regular, business, or creator. And also you can choose to find only verified accounts, only credible accounts, if they have a sponsored post lately, and if we provide the email. So once you have selected all the filters that you want, and you think it's a good quantity of results you're getting from the search, you can go ahead and click on Show Results. Every page result looks pretty much the same. We're always going to have followers, average interactions, and engagement columns. And also, you're going to be able to sort your results by followers or average interaction just by clicking on the name of the column. The rest of the columns are going to be based on the kinds of filters that you applied. So because we chose the audience age and the audience gender, that's the info we're getting. If you think this kind of information fits what you're looking for, you can click on the name of the influencer or the profile picture and check their profile on social media. In order to get the full analysis and know all the metrics, you always have to have it added to My Influencers. So in order to do that, you just have to click on the button on the right. If you want to check the data but not leave your search, you can do a preview by clicking on Preview. And that way, you can check if that profile is really what you're looking for. You can change the filters just by clicking on the filters or clicking on Show Filters. You can clear them all or add some new ones. You can also export your search as a CSV file. Just click on Export Search for every single page that you want to export. The information that will appear is the one that is shown on the columns. My Influencers is going to be your database. Here you're going to be able to save all the influences data and have everything up to date. On the left side of the homepage, you're going to see the list of all the influencers you have in your database at the moment. If you hover over the influences, you're going to see a few shortcuts like Preview to check all their metrics. You can search influences by name on the search bar, and you can also switch to the Favorites tab, so you can access them a bit faster. You can click on See All to run massive actions on the influencers from the database. You just have to select them, and then you can add them to lists, add to campaigns, or you can delete them. Also, you can export your whole database as a CSV if you click on Export CSV. Finally, you can also filter the influencers to find the ones that you want from your own database. If we go back to our database, we're going to have a network summary right in the middle section, so we know how many influences we have added, the last influences you have added, and the last list you have added. If we go into one of the profiles on the left side, we're going to be able to save it as a favorite. See the email that we provide automatically, so you can click on Mail and start Contact Influencers. We can also share this profile out of the platform as a PDF, as a CSV, or share a public link. You can add other social networks from that influencer clicking on that social network, and you can also create a price historical by enter the prices that the influencer has told you. Finally, you can also delete an influencer from your database. In the middle section, we're going to find complete analysis that we provide that includes main KPIs like followers, engagement, earned media, and average interactions. We also have followers quality, in which we divide followers into nice followers and doubtful followers. We also have our activity split, which is going to show us what to expect from one post by this influencer. We also have the history of followers and likes throughout the last 6 months, the influencer's interest, the mentions it does the most, the hashtag she uses the most, and then influencer's brand's affinity. Right below, we go to the demographics information. Here, we're going to be able to learn about the audience ages, all the age ranges within their gender, also their audience gender, audience top countries, audience top cities, and then audience interests and audience trans affinity. We can also create a notes historical, so we can add any useful information that we think is relevant for this profile, like our experience working with this profile or any extra information. And once you keep adding notes, they're going to be saved here with the name of the person who wrote it and the date. Also, the last note you add is always going to be up on the left side. If we switch to prices, we're going to be able to see the price history with the name of the person who entered that price and when it was last updated. If we enter some new prices, those are also going to be saved on the prices history. From this view, we can also add the influencers to any list that we have in our database and to any campaign. Going back to our homepage, we're going to talk about lists on the right side. You're going to have all the lists that you have created. A list has 2 functions. The first one is that it's going to help you organize your database better because you can choose any name that you want for that list, so you have all your influencers organized in different folders. The other function that it's going to have is that it's going to help you estimate what kind of results you're getting from a group of influencers. So once you have your list and you go in, you can also give it a name and a description. You can set all these lists as favorites or share them out of the platform. You can also add influencers from here by clicking on Add Influencer. The information that we have on the list is a combination of all the data of all the influencers contained in the list, so we can have all their data aggregated together. That way, we know what to expect from this list of influencers. Also, we're going to have access to their audience overlapping and analysis. That way, we're going to be able to see how many people we're actually reaching with a group of influencers. There are 2 ways of adding influences to your database. The first one is to discover, and the other one is by creating a new influencer. So if you want to check an influencer's metrics that you already know, you're going to have to click on Create Influencer, Add Social Network, and then paste any profile URL that you want. Once we have it, it's going to take a few seconds to get all the information, and then you're going to have access to the full metrics. The only requirements that we have for this is that the influencer has to have a public profile, and it also has to have over 1,000 followers. Campaigns is going to help you organize and execute multiple campaigns at the same time more effectively. On the homepage, we're going to have a calendar on the left side that is going to help you see the tasks you have for all your campaigns in one place. We're also going to be able to check the status of every task. We also can have a list of all the campaigns we have at the moment with the key information and their statutes that we can change from here. If you want to create your own campaign, you have to click on Create Campaign and select the workflow. Workflow is going to define the kind of columns that you have later when managing that campaign. You also have to give a briefing, and then you're good to go. If we're going to one of the campaigns, this is what it looks like. On the left side, we're now going to have another calendar, but this is just for that specific campaign. So we see all the tasks we have for each influencer on each day. Then on the right side, we're having the briefing that we filled in when creating the campaign. We can minimize all the extra windows so we have a better view. And then in the middle section, we have all the columns that are included in that workflow. The way this works is you can work individually just by dragging the influencers from one column to another. Or you can also run massive actions by selecting some different influencers and moving to a different step. If you want to add a task, you just have to select the kind of task, give it a price, and also enter the date. Once you add that task, you're going to have it available on your calendar. It's also going to be taken into account when estimating your results. You can add influencers individually or massively to estimate by clicking on Estimate or Actions Add to Estimate. Once you've done that, you can go to the estimation window and check the estimation as a global and also for each social network. We're going to have access to how our budget is being distributed and also the demographics we're expecting to reach with these tasks. You can also customize the kind of tasks that you give to each of your influencers by adding others. This is going to give you a blank space in which you'll be able to write anything that you want. Again, give it a price and select the date for that task. Also, another possibility is to see your campaign as a list. So you have quick access to the client's status, to influencer status, and the step they're in. Reports are going to help you analyze posts across social media and also create full reports for your campaigns. In order to create a report, you just have to click on a new report, give it a name and description, and activate your tracking. Click on any existing report and go to Add Publication, then to Tracking. Next, add your tracking name and include relevant hashtags, mentions, and keywords that you would like to track. You also need to choose the start date and the end date of your tracking, as shown in the example. To add profiles, there are a few options available. You can add new profiles directly by copying the influencer's usernames, as shown in the example. Another option is to add influencers from My Influencers, using search or also by selecting them separately or in bulk. Alternatively, you can also add influencers from existing lists of influencers. Up next is requesting the API access to influencers. You will find instructions on how to send a standard email template to influencers so they can accept your request via the link provided. Once this is done, click on Publications Data, and the information metrics will begin getting displayed. After that, go to Dashboard to see all the information. You can fully customize your report, resize any widget, and organize them as you want. You will find very detailed information, main KPIs, interactions, audience distribution, cost data as CPM, CPE, top profiles, and top publications. Customize your report, change the order of your data by dragging and dropping, or show more publications if you want. Filter by a specific social network, type of publication, and period of time. It is a good way to get only the information you need and compare results. Each of these graphs are also fully customizable. If you need to, you can always filter information on each graph by social network and type of publication. In this way, you can personalize your dashboard and report exactly what you need. If you go to the Publications tab, you will find all publications that have been analyzed in a timeline view. You can also view the details of each publication in a table format. If you need it, you can add, change, or remove some information from each publication. Also, you will find an influencer view where you can manually add some information like the publication cost. Lastly, go to Dashboard to see all the information and your report will be ready. We hope you have enjoyed this video. Bye-bye.